Hi, future pilots. This is Yekaterina, your AGI, a ground instructor. And today we're going to talk about how your written test will be done, what to expect, and how it's going to look like. Okay, so first of all, you will need to sign in for this test. So you can go on PSI website and register yourself. So you can actually pay for your test over there. My advice will be that you can just do everything as much as you can on this website. So you sign in, you pay for the test, you have everything ready before you actually go to the testing center. You'll be able to see what's available testing centers around by the zip code, and you can see maybe it's like some other place will be better, will be closer to you, more available, or anything like this. You'll see also the time slots available and the dates. So it's your day. You can choose how you're going to schedule it. You want to schedule it in the morning, you want to schedule it in the afternoon. It all depends on you. In my case, I prefer to do it first thing in the morning. So I sign myself in usually like at 9 a.m. So I know at 9 a.m. I'll be there doing my test. And again, it's better to do everything in advance. So once I go there, I don't need to do extra work. For examiners, it will be easier to find me with my ID and super easy to register. They basically don't need to do anything, and that's it. The test starts. If you don't register yourself on with a time on the PSI, it will be a little bit harder because once you go in, they will need to register you manually. Then they're also gonna ask you to sit down in front of a computer, and they will ask you to register yourself, to provide the information. Oh, and one more thing, your IACRA needs to be ready. You cannot show up over there without knowing your ID numbers and stuff like that. So you cannot just show up with nothing. So you will still need to do some things. So either you do it ahead of time at home with your computer or phone, or you will be doing it over there in the spot. So the way how you decided. It really doesn't matter. It's not going to affect anything. It's not going to affect your score, but it's just the time saved. What you need to bring. So in this case, you'll need to provide with you your ID, pictured ID. In my case, I just brought my driver's license. You don't need to bring two proof of IDs. And of course, your endorsement. You must have an endorsement with you for the moment that you go for your written test. And that endorsement needs to be signed by your flight instructor or your ground instructor. And that endorsement, you bring it with you every time for every single attempt. So, for example, if you fail on the first attempt and you'll need to go again and do the test again, you need to come back to your instructor or another instructor. Maybe use another instructor for that time. You'll need to have that instructor sign again another endorsement. You cannot just show up over there with the previous endorsement that was given to you before. It has to be a new one. So just keep it in mind. So every time you go there, you must have an endorsement with you. For every single time, it has to be different one. If in case you fail, okay, all right. In case you fail, when can you come back to do the second attempt or the third attempt? Doesn't matter. You can do it right after you have an endorsement. If you have this endorsement on this day and you will pass it, I don't know, it doesn't look real, but just in case, yes, you still can do this. It's still possible. You can just come back to your instructor, and on the next day you go and do your test again. It's possible. It's legal. Okay, so what you need to bring, I also put here electronic flight computer, but I don't want to talk about this now yet. Once you have everything registered, they walk you inside. What you can take with you. You cannot take anything with you. Nothing at all. They usually have like lockers where you can put all your stuff, all your belongings. So you put all your belongings over there, including your ID and endorsement with your logbook. Everything goes inside. So for the moment of the test, you have nothing when you enter the room, except one thing I put here. The only one exception that you can actually take with you is the electronic flight computer. Electronic flight computer. So if you have your E6B, the old-fashioned one, you love it, but it will be inside the room. It will be provided. You cannot take it with you. You cannot take yours, your lucky one, with you. So my advice: take the electronic flight computer with you. The information over there is a lot more accurate than you will use some information from the charts, in my opinion. I've done it already many times. All the AGI, IGI, all this tests, I've been doing it with electronic computer, and you know what? It never fails, because once you have the charts that you have to find out the information. It's like some information written on the chart. It will be so much easier to do it with the actual electronic flight computer. Before you go into that room, once they see that you have the electronic flight computer with you, you will be asked to remove the batteries to reset your flight computer, because sometimes they keep the information, and that's not what they want. They want you to go inside without anything except that electronic flight computer. For that test, the PPL test, you will have 2.5 hours to answer the questions. 2.5 hours. It's actually a lot. So once you go inside, you will see those questions. To pass the actual test, you just need to have 70%, which means it's only 42 questions. So 42 questions out of 60 must be correctly answered. Once you start answering questions, you cannot see what you did right or wrong right away. It doesn't appear like this. You have to submit the whole test in order to know what was wrong. And even in this case, you won't be able to see which exactly was wrong or right. I will tell you about this a little bit later. So for that test, you have a question and you have 3 answers. Only one of them is correct. So you have 2.5 hours to get this test done. That's actually a lot, because you can probably do it within like an hour and a half maximum if you actually study for it. Some people do it even before, like even ahead of time. Most of the time they do it ahead of time, because if you stay for longer, more than 2.5 hours, you fail the test, obviously. Okay, so the next thing that I want to tell you, what's going to be provided inside when you go inside. You're not going to just sit in front of your computer without anything. Yes, there will be a computer, and you probably have like 2 cameras in front of you that's going to watch you, and you'll be like in a small area where you cannot see any other people, and you have just your computer, and that's it. There are some things provided. Usually when you go in the testing center, they provide you with something. So for example, when you go over there, like I said, you'll be provided the flight computer, the E6B, the old-fashioned one. Then they're gonna also give you like 2-3 sheets of paper like this, and a pencil, so you can scratch something on that, use a scratch pad. Then also they give you the old-fashioned calculator, just regular calculator without anything. The eraser, obviously, it comes with it, and the test supplement. So right before the test, they will give you that supplement they put it in front of you. You cannot write anything on that test supplement. So they will give you like a see-through paper like this, and you put it on top, like a transparent one, and then you can actually scratch it with this. So everything stays here if you really need it. So they tell you not to scratch anything. Again, please don't do it. And then after you pass, like after you submit all the tests, only after you submit all the tests, you will actually know what's your result. Like I said before, you cannot see your results before, like once, like every time that you click on the answer, you cannot see the results. Let's say you finish your test and you failed. You failed, okay, that's bad. But still, it's not something that you can fix. You can fix it. Then you will be given a paper like this, and it will tell you like information. So your first and last name, the date that you did the test, and your score here right next to. And then it will give you like information here. Let me put closer. Here, those numbers here. It tells you where you can see like your weak areas. So the questions that were wrong are here, and you can use the ACS, and it tells you, like, it gives you a link here that you can use, and you can see the topics of those questions. So maybe you can just work on those topics. In case you pass and everything is okay, congratulations. Woo. Okay, so if you pass the test, so you will receive still the same page, but in this case you must keep this page with you. Why do you need to keep it with you? Because when you go for your check write, this is the one thing that must be with you. One of the things that must be with you is this. So you must keep it. Please don't lose it. I'm not sure how exactly you can receive a copy of that, but once you come home, make like 5 copies and put it in different places and keep them with you, because you really don't want to lose this paper. You will need it for a check write. Make sure you have it with you. Does your test actually have an expiration date? It does. So if you look here, it says the date that you went for the test, and it says here also the expiration of the test. Expiration date. It does have an expiration date, so it's 2 years after, and so which means you have only this time, 2 years, and calendar month. So it's at the end of the calendar month, and plus 2 years that you have this this paper valid. So you have only 2 years. So which means if you don't do your check write within 2 years, you will need to do it again. And that's it for today. I tried to give you my best explanations how you can do the test and what's going to be actually on the test, because everybody's talking about the written test, but nobody tells you what's going to be inside once you go inside that room. So I hope it was a good video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like that video, and good luck on your written.